licensed attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. This is the Sports Den with Denny Thompson and James Coleman on 1010XL.
What's going on, world? It's your boy at Big Game James _36. My guy at Denny _Thompson with me right now.
I'm here, man. I'm
okay,
ready.
What's going on, man? You straight, bro?
Yeah. I'm good, man. I'm good. It's so funny, like this. I feel okay, but now I can't sleep. And when I say I can't sleep, like I literally cannot sleep.
I got something for that.
Yeah. You take some gummies?
Yeah, at this point, yes. At this point, run them by now, like immediately, because it is the most frustrating part of this whole COVID thing. It's like, I don't know, it's been over 48 hours.
Dang.
Yeah.
Like
so
you napped, or you just like your eyes just refuse to close?
They refuse to close. Like I can close it, and then and I looked it up. It's part of the symptoms. And like last night, I fell asleep, and I thought, okay, I've been asleep for a while. I woke up and I'm like, okay, good. I got a good night's sleep. I rolled over. It had been 22 minutes.
Man,
22 freaking. Do y'all know how frustrating that is? And then today it was like, okay, I've got to crash. So I laid down and laid here for like an hour and a half thinking about why can't I sleep? So yeah, no. Other than that, man, I'm good. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to rock. Who knows what I'm going to say, but let's get it.
I'll say this before we get into this with this COVID-19 era and Mad Dad's still being stuck in 2020. I've got this. Somebody stole the rig, right? For us to do
Steal is a harsh word.
Okay,
it's misplaced.
It's not where it's supposed to be. So I don't know. Right now, it's a crime.
He's talking about the thing that holds up the iPad for the live video that accompanies the audio. If you go over to the Sports Den Twitter,
appreciate that.
We have thieves now inside of 1010. That's where this has gotten to.
Well, JJ's got a good point. Let me backtrack because I don't want to lose.
There's a new guy here.
I don't want to lose the new guy.
That is the video guy, and maybe he didn't know that you guys use that on the night show. You know, some people at the station don't even know there is a night show. So
that's true. Well, here's the thing. I'm looking at myself on the back channels on the StreamYard, which is how we broadcast everything.
I saw it, dude. It doesn't look good.
It is awful. Like, I did not realize just how dirty.
There's COVID all over that.
This thing is, man. I'm going to try to move it because it's making. I had to go to Facebook to try to share this thing and talk to you at the same time because it actually is making me.
It looks like we're watching you, and I'm not meaning to make this any type of way racial. It looks like we're watching you like from a prison, like through the glass. This is our only way of talking to you.
Nah,
I don't like it.
I
makes me feel uncomfortable.
I do have good news though.
Okay.
I'm officially out of well, that doesn't even matter to me now. I'm good now. That's on you. I'm officially out of quarantine.
So
why are you here?
You passed the test?
No.
No,
I did not pass the test.
So then how are you out of quarantine?
This is 10 days. I was educated today. It's now. This is the crazy thing, and we'll get to sports, but man, I mean, bump it. It's Wednesday night, and there's a million things going on. I was told today that once you get COVID, 10 days after your first symptom, you're good. And so I started doing like all this research, and I'm like, all right, now people are just randomly making this stuff up, but it's everywhere, CDC everywhere. And I haven't had a symptom. I haven't had a fever. I haven't had anything for a couple of days. Like not that spread, or not that they say can spread. That doesn't mean I'm going to be in there. I don't know that I really feel comfortable like breathing on you for 2.5 hours.
I appreciate
that. But I, at least have passed that next watermark.
Okay. Well, yeah. So at least you're feeling better.
Sure. There we go.
And you're not stretching this out. You know who's still sick?
I thought you were going to stretch it out till Monday and do your normal, there's a big game on, I can't come into work type thing.
That's a good one. That'd be a good one.
That's actually a really good thought.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Monday's a national championship game?
Yes, it is.
I may have COVID on Monday. Not sure yet. Not sure yet. If they're going to play the game, because there's talks of them Having, yeah, okay, well, we can get into that. I was going to try to segue into something else, but Ohio State literally has only one defensive lineman right now. They've got a lot of other players that are in COVID protocol, but per the rules, different for different conferences, but most of them are consistent. You have to have so many players in a position group for you to be able to even play a game.
Yeah, but I think from what
they're trying to do it,
saw, yeah, the plan is they're leaving like 2 days. They're going down there, and they're planning on playing this game. I don't think this thing's going to be delayed any further. They're going to play this game, and I don't even know how good of a game this is going to be. Like that, we didn't really talk about the playoffs the other night because of everything happening in Jag World. But do any of us really know what Ohio State is?
No, we know they had they played a very good game and that Justin Fields was lights out. Their defense performed okay.
Would it shock you if Alabama boat raced them?
Not at all.
I mean, neither. Me neither. I mean, I want it to be a good game. I'm not a, hey, pull for Alabama. I'm a pull for Mac Jones. But I want it to be a really good game. But I came away from that Clemson game against Ohio State saying I still don't know what Ohio State is, but I know that Clemson's got some issues in that program right now. Like that was not the same Clemson program, team, whatever that we've seen the last couple of years. That was, to me, it looked much, much different. It almost made me appreciate what Alabama has been able to sustain for a longer time, because that almost looked like the beginning of the end of an era to me with Clemson. Was I alone on that?
No, and I made a comment. It looked it looked like a lot like 2014 to me.
2014 Florida State?
Florida State played Oregon. There was the top two quarterbacks in that upcoming draft went up against each other. And one team played phenomenal in Oregon, and the other team played possibly the worst game they had played up until that
I
can
point. See that. I can see that comparison.
And what I was suggesting is from there, you won 10 games consecutive, but it was never that it never became the same type of feel.
Yeah, I mean, because even the games that Clemson has lost the last couple of years, it's been like, yeah, they lost, but man, they got some dudes. Like now that defensive lineman that they've got, is it Breesy? That kid is unflipping believable.
But don't you also look at Ukulele and be like, oh, they're gonna be straight?
He's good, but I also look at the totality of everything. See, and this is no disrespect to Trevor Lawrence, not at all, because now I'm finding that if you say, not with Denny, but to people whose opinions I really don't give a damn about, but for whatever reason they feel strongly that enough to be able to tweet me with them. I say that Trevor has had his worst, possibly one of his worst performance in terms of taking care of the ball, and people think that I said that Trevor Lawrence is ugly or something. Like it wasn't a disrespect, it's just the truth. Travis Etienne is that damn good, man. And he's been that damn good for all 4 years that he's been there. And I'm sure they got a good running back behind him. But that's where it gets tough to replace. It's tough to replace both of those. It's not like Florida State when they won the national championship the first time, where you had Devonta Freeman, who was extremely talented, and you had Jameis. You had one once in a lifetime quarterback, and your running back was just really, really good. I say elite, but like really, really good. Not the great. It's not going to be top 10 running backs that you're going to talk about, but a great running back nonetheless. Now, bring in Dalvin Cook, who is that damn good. But imagine Dalvin Cook and Jameis playing out multiple years together and what that would have been at Florida State. So, Clemson fan, Miami fan, who remembers Dalvin Cook always making those incredible plays. Imagine him with a quarterback that's one of the best quarterbacks to ever play college football. That's what Clemson has had. They've had Trevor Lawrence, one of the best quarterbacks to play, and they've had Travis Etienne, in my opinion, I agree with the people who are coming out and saying that Travis Etienne might be better than Dalvin Cook. I'm not even going by statistics. I'm going by the fact that Travis Etienne probably has a season full of games like if you add up his 4 years, he's probably got 12 games where he didn't play past the second half.
Oh, he's a special dude. I mean, Etienne's good, but when I say that Clemson looked different, I mean, I'm still saying Clemson is a top 7 program in the country. Yeah. Like, it's not. I'm not saying they're about to fall off the face of the earth. The only reason why I'm saying that is I look at Ohio State. That's where this thing started, and I'm looking at this game on Monday night, and I'm not even sure how excited I am about this game on Monday night. It's almost like I keep forgetting that it's going to happen because it's so underwhelming to me. Which stinks because I love college football national championships. And I did forget that I normally miss that Monday night with a sickness. And so now I'm going to have to figure out how I'm sick again on Monday. Thank you for reminding me, though, JJ. I appreciate it.
So who replaces Clemson as the number 1B or 2?
I think they still got a little bit of time left.
They still got. Yeah, they still got time.
Actually, let me tell you, this is really what it depends on, because there's only 2 coaches who have shown or been able to prove that they're good. They're really, really elite at this, at hiring coaches and identifying talent. That's obviously Urban and that's Saban. Saban's so good that he decided last year, kind of bit him in the butt. He still almost made the playoffs, where he said, "I'm so good, I'm going to take everybody's worst coach and I'm going to still go out here and compete." But Dabo really showed the loss of Jeff Scott and Tony Elliott really affected the play calling. Like, I don't know if they have enough cats to be able to get around that, but I think we can't really go against how good those guys were at scheming things up. And I think it might be time outside of the ACC for him to go ahead and take our boy to pasture.
Who, Venables?
Because that's like the second or third time that's happened in bowl games, man. And I'm not just talking like he's getting scorched.
It's going to take. It would have to take another 2 or 3 times for me to get rid of.
And the only reason I say that is because, and I'm going to use the SEC school as an example. The ACC this year didn't have enough elite firepower for him to be able to be tested like that. But the minute he got tested is the minute he got scorched. And the last 2 times you've seen him really get tested, well, he got scorched against Notre Dame without Trevor, though. So I'm gonna give him some on that. But imagine if Todd Grantham was at Clemson. Like, Todd Grantham would have only got scorched 1 game, but like it's kind of giving you that same. Those are the vibes. Not saying Venables isn't a good DC. I'm saying to get to that next level, though.
I don't like the athletes that he puts out there.
Expound on that.
No.
Please expound on what do you mean you don't like the athletes?
No, please don't expound.
I have right before on this show.
Yes. I mean, I think I'm going to give Dabo a lot more credit than what you're giving him, James, because he has shown that he can replace coordinators. He's replaced Chad Morris. He's replaced several offensive coordinators in his time there, and they rarely, if ever, skip a beat. He did have Jeff Scott. Is the offensive coordinator now going somewhere? Is that a thing? Is that a rumor?
There's talks that he may get paid more. Clemson has enough money to be able to match damn near whatever he can make. So I'm also being hopeful. I don't want him there. But it's time to move on.
But it proves a point, though.
Scenery.
It proves a point because JJ asked kind of who that next team is. There's not. That's the weird thing in college football right now. It's like you want to say Oklahoma because they keep almost getting there. But outside of Alabama and Ohio State and Clemson, I mean, LSU, no. Texas was a big fraud. Like, we thought that maybe. I still kind of believe in Tom Herman, by the way. Florida, no. It's Oklahoma. I can't. No.
What about Ohio State?
I said Ohio State.
Oh,
that's what I said. Is those 3. I mean, outside of those 3 staples, is this the weakest that college football has been in decades?
Yeah, we need to get the monopoly buster out of here. It's time to break up. The sanctions need to be done on Bama.
There's plenty of athletes.
There's something illegal going
on. There's plenty of to go around. I just don't think it's happening. I don't think it's like, I don't know if it's a situation where coaches are being fired too soon in certain cases, or I mean, I don't know what the reasoning behind it is, but nobody can establish a team that year to year makes us go, those jokers got a chance to run Clemson or Alabama or anybody. Florida State did it a couple of years. I mean, Oregon had like a team or two that you said, and of course LSU last year, but nobody with any consistency. And I think the West Coast has got to have one. Like at some point, USC.
I think USC
somebody's got it.
USC is priming itself. USC is a perfect example of not firing your coach until you get the perfect guy, and then that guy actually ended up working for you because they're doing whatever they need to do to get the top recruits coming back in, and they're getting to a point now where their best guys aren't leaving the West Coast, and that could be trouble for Oregon and for others. Yeah. But let's take a break real quick and let's talk about. There's something that I think can really change the landscape of college if it's utilized the right way, and there's also some problems with it, and that's the transfer portal. I want to talk about that on the other side.
Now you can watch 1010XL.
Oh, you've worked in television?
No, but I watch a lot of it.
Search 1010XL video, all one word, on YouTube to watch shows, podcasts, and more.
Tire rotation, $19.99. Oil change, $29.99. A 2020 Camry or Equinox, $18,988. A 2020 Tundra or Silverado, $38,988.
Having an easy and enjoyable car buying experience with someone you trust, that's our wow advantage. It's simple. We give you what others won't. Come see why our family at Beaver Toyota and Beaver Chevrolet continues to grow every day. We're here to wow you.
I struggled with symptoms like frequent gas and stomach pain for years.
I was bloated all the time with daily diarrhea.
At first, I thought it was what I was eating.
I kept thinking it was stomach issues.
So I did my research and talked to my doctor, and we finally uncovered the truth.
It was actually EPI. Exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI, is a condition where your pancreas is unable to help break down your food.
It can lead to symptoms like diarrhea, gas, bloating, stomach pain, unexplained weight loss, and oily stools.
And EPI symptoms can be confused with those of other common digestive conditions, like irritable bowel syndrome, Crohn's, and celiac disease.
So getting to the right diagnosis meant being more open with my doctor about the severity of my symptoms and how often they were happening.
But there's good news. EPI is manageable, so don't wait any longer. Use the symptom checker at identifyepi.com and schedule a visit or call with your doctor to ask, could I have EPI?
Sponsored by AbbVie.
Family gone? House needs a pick-me-up? Hick in here. Give my friends at Zero Res a call right now. Get 3 rooms of carpet clean for $129. Get 20% off the tile and grout cleaning. Wow! Zero Res, man. Spell it forwards or backwards. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res. Call Action Transmission Specialist on Merrill Road. We want to win your business with honest and upfront transmission service. I'm Robin Sidbury, the owner. That's a promise from me. Get traction. Call Action at 744-0755.
This is Hayes Carline for Spickelmeyer Insurance Agency. John Spickelmeyer knows about protection as the best offensive lineman to ever come out of Jacksonville. He's always taken that O-line pride in his protection, from being the city's player of the year at Bowls to playing for Notre Dame. John has always gotten the job done for those who depend on him, and he'll do that for you, like he has me. John Spickelmeyer is my agent. Call John today at 471-7155 for all your insurance needs. That's Spickelmeyer Insurance Agency, protecting what's most important to you. Call John today at 471-7155.
Ackerman Urology gives you the home field advantage. Don't trust your sexual health to the internet. Our local urologists treat prostate disease and sexual health issues to ensure your confidence and wellness. Don't ignore symptoms that hold you back. Visit AckermanUrology.com.
Business owners and CEOs, apply now for the Jacksonville Small Business Executive Program, designed to help you think differently and become more efficient running your business. This program is presented by the Jim Moran Institute for Global Entrepreneurship in Florida State University's College of Business. Offered at no cost. You'll meet once a month beginning mid-February. Apply before January 29th at jimmoraninstitute.fsu.edu. jimmoraninstitute.fsu.edu.
Subaru of Jacksonville on Atlantic is sharing more love during the Subaru Share the Love event. Subaru of Jacksonville has 0% financing on new Subarus, 90 days with no payments, big year-end savings. Plus, $500 donation with every new Subaru purchase, $250 from Subaru, and a match for $250 from Subaru of Jacksonville through January 4th. Experience the Subaru of Jacksonville difference. Dealer Rater's #1 Subaru dealer in the nation. Online at SubaruofJacksonville.com. Drive a Subaru. You'll buy a Subaru. See dealer website for full details.
Get local wealth and finance advice from someone who's navigating the markets every day. Financial and tax planning, stock market trends, small business, and more. Navigating turbulent markets with Chris Rochelle. Saturday morning at 11 on 1010XL.
Superior Fence and Rail knows about commercial fence services. From automatic gates to security fence and railing, Superior Fence and Rail's professional team delivers with great communication, trained installers, and quality products. Trust your next commercial project with the top-rated fence company in Jacksonville. So get off the fence and call Superior Fence and Rail for your commercial project today.
When you're on the fence about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
Regain your edge. The board-certified surgeons of Ortho Edge are practicing at St. Vincent's Riverside.
Hi, I'm Dr. Longnecker. If you have a sports injury or if you have knee, hip, or shoulder pain, let us at Ortho Edge help you regain your edge. We want you to get back to living life to your best. And we have patient-focused experience and technology to deliver the results. See one of our physicians today at Ortho Edge.
Now accepting new patients, visit orthoedge.com.
Instant Keys offers honest professional locksmith service for lost or broken keys and keyless entry remotes. Call Instant Keys at 722-1111. Get dealership level service in just minutes at a fraction of the cost. 722-1111.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. You're listening to the Sports Den on 1010XL.
I'm sorry, like this just takes me back, dude. Like to growing up. My dad loved NWA, Ice Cube, like obviously Ice Cube's NWA, but Dr. Dre.
He was a West Coast guy.
Yeah, from the Midwest, ironically. But I think it was more so the tough guy, like bad boys persona thing. My dad loved that. This is the Sports Den. Speaking of bad guys, the Sports Den brought to you by thehumidor.com. The go-to site for your cigars, your smokes. Type in Sports Den at checkout for 20% off. Also go to ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. After times like this, you got to always be celebrating. Get your wins. Get you something to drink. Man, like, shoot, you got to, drink. Because you never know.
Prayers up to Dre.
Yeah, I was going to say prayers up to Dr. Dre.
I was going to ask, what's the update?
I haven't heard anything, man.
Not good,
heard
I
anything?
would assume. No, he's not dead. But I just
Somebody tried to
assume
rob his house, though.
That's so. God, I hate that.
Yeah.
You always hear about that when like celebrities have funerals, people rob their homes. It's just.
Wow. Yeah. I hadn't heard an update on that either. But maybe drinking. Maybe I just need to. Maybe drinking will put me to sleep. I haven't tried that yet.
It's happened to me before. It happened to me on New Year's Eve. Actually, I didn't tell my New Year's Eve story.
Are y'all sent? Are the brownies on the way? What's the deal?
I can get you some brownies, man. I can have my boy Reggie make you some brownies for tomorrow, man.
I hope it's not with Reggie.
Nah.
Denny's more high class.
Nah, he's definitely one thing Reggie doesn't do is smoke his name.
Okay, good.
He doesn't do anything with his name. Nothing mid with Reggie. But I made a rookie mistake on New Year's Eve, Denny.
A rookie mistake on New Year's Eve?
Big time rookie mistake.
What'd you do?
Like, so I forgot what we did the show, and it was from 3 to 6. Kind of threw off my normal routine. So I ate lunch relatively early, a lot earlier than I did, and I normally try to eat right before the show or during the show or whatever, but I'm not eating dinner till like 7 or 8. So I didn't eat from like 12 and I was tired. So I went home, laid down for a little bit. Then we popped fireworks with the neighbors in the back. And he brought out some good scotch and some beer. And he was like, would you like something? I was like, I'm not going. That's rude. It's against the Constitution to turn down free alcohol. But I haven't eaten anything.
Oh, you know how this is going to end, JJ, right?
So
toilet trip.
Nah.
No, this is going to end with him at your apartment shooting somebody on New Year's Eve.
Not even that. Now,
next thing I know, I'm on the run.
Yeah, hangry. He's like, next thing I know, I can't get into my apartment complex. There's a shooting that happens every other day. But no, what I mean is that so I'm drinking and it's good stuff, and I'm washing it down with basically a light, which is water, Coors Light or something. I forgot what Miller Lite, whatever it was, water. And then I go to I'm hurt, and I'm like, yo, I haven't eaten. Like, yo, I gotta find something to eat. And it's like 9 o'clock. And I'm like, I know something's open, but we're quarantined. Nothing's open. Nobody's having New Year's Eve specials that I could drive to, get like a greasy burger to help bring all this. So, bro, I'm slumped. I'm hurt. I'm in the chair on my front porch falling asleep. But as a matter of fact, I went to sleep. I don't even know if I saw the countdown.
It was so weak this year. Nobody there.
I was weak. I was so disappointed in myself. And I told somebody, I was like, and then somebody drove past the house and screamed. And JJ.
You jumped up, grabbed your pistol?
No, I couldn't. I wouldn't have been able. I was no good. If you was going to get me, that was the time to get me. I was no good.
How did I have COVID and stuck at home and have the best New Year's Eve of all three of us?
No, mine was good. It was just,
Somebody drove by
annoying.
and just screamed, Trevor Lawrence! Because they
really?
They know who I am. They
I
know.
thought the city was just absolutely losing their minds.
Who I am.
We have Tourette's. We have Trevor Lawrence Tourette's. We're just running around screaming his name.
We got an update on Dre too. Dre, I doubt he posted, but somebody posted to his Instagram that he's doing better, but they're not sure where the the aneurysms are coming from. But yeah, so mine was me slumped over at 11:30, not sure how I came into the new year.
We're going to talk about this transfer portal.
Let's talk about,
I'm all for it because I'm so mad right now at the transfer portal. Like, it's been that's been my beast of the day today, man, is 2021 kids are getting
hosed.
Oh my gosh. It's sad. It's the number of phone calls that I had today from parents. There's literally nothing that anybody can do. Colleges are not even thinking about signing classes.
And not just Power 5, not just D1. I've called people on behalf for FBS.
Yep.
FCS, D2s, and they're sitting there that we just trying to see what gets in the portal. We're trying to see who's coming back from our side first before we can make any decisions.
You're going to have Division II programs that next year are gonna have 5 to 8 3- and 4-star guys on their rosters that sign with SEC, ACC schools. This is out of control. We talked about this back in, what was it, May, when they made this rule, when the NCAA came out and got ahead and said, hey, we're going to give everybody a free year. We talked about this. We said this is going to be a nightmare. This is going to be a 6 to 8 year nightmare. I did not anticipate it doing what it's doing now. Every single college coach is doing the exact same thing right now, and that is completely ignoring the 2021 class and almost ignoring the 22 class to this point. Florida State, some other guys have started to offer some 23 guys, but those two classes, man, it's sad what's going on for these kids.
I told somebody today, I was doing Mark Rogers, the college football podcast I do once a week, and this might get me back in the game. If you want, and this is not just a BS, like public, like self-service and thing, but like, honest to God's truth, if you really want your kid to have a chance, you better get your kid training. You better have your kid focusing. You better have your kid with the best grades. It is an investment now. Like, it is not it's never really been an accident for the last decade, but you better get on it, because if there is nothing you lead about your kid, then your kid's probably going to get looked over. So they better be fast. They better be explosive. They better make plays. So like that whole multiple sports thing and all that other stuff, that sounds great, and it does very well at coaches conventions. But your kid better be able to run sub 4.5 if he's a skilled player, and sub 5 if he's a lineman.
It's a reset right now. There's definitely a reset in high school athletics and college athletics going on right now as we speak, and that reset is that you're doing one of two things. You're either that elite guy you're talking about, James, and your only reason you're playing high school athletics is to get a scholarship, or it's going to go back old school a little bit, and you better enjoy what you're doing. You better have fun. And that better be like the reason why you're doing it for these next couple of years until all this stuff straightens things out, because it is an absolute cluster and a mess right now, and it's heartbreaking to talk to kids. I have quarterbacks who 2 months ago were not only committed, were supposed to be going to school this week, and they don't have anywhere to go. Like they were done with, they had finished high school, they did all their work, they early graduated, they grinded their way through 3.5 years to do this, and now there's nowhere to go.
It's enough. So I have a friend who is a coach, and we talk a lot. So as a coach, every coach has access to the portal. And he was telling me, he's like, and I guess he gets updates. Like, I don't know if it's on his phone or his laptop, however he gets it. He's like, bro, there was like 100 new kids in the portal yesterday before lunch.
Yeah.
And he was just, he's like, it's hard to track for it, but there's also so many slots, and the NCAA isn't helping, and colleges aren't going over that far over that 85.
So I had a conversation today with an SEC coach, with an SEC position coach, and we were talking about just the oddity that we're in right now in this year, and Jimmy Sexton's name came up, and it was like,
he's the only one who can save us.
Well, no, that's kind of what the guy was like. If you look at the coaching searches right now, and this all ties in together, by the way, because there's a lot of staffs right now that don't know what's going on with their current players and their staff. So they're not offering a bunch of guys. They're not really hitting that portal the way they should. There's a lot of things going on, but Jimmy Sexton has created this log jam right now where nothing is moving. There's no coaches moving. There's like rumors. There's more rumors right now with everything. Nobody knows what's real. Nobody knows who's going to be where. It's just the oddest thing. It's just strange to sit here and witness this, because think about this time. We normally have tons of rumors and news and all that kind of stuff about coaches. We don't have anything. Nothing's happening.
Right.
Like Dan Mullen, what's Dan Mullen doing? What does any of us know what is actually going on in Gainesville right now?
No, and it's outside of them picking up a kid from Penn State in the transfer portal, defensive tackle is pretty strong kid. They're just doing work as normal, and that's one of the hardest things, and that's one of the saddest things, because Miami just made a lot of noise yesterday with I believe almost every one of their defensive coaches besides the coordinator being let go or moving on. Todd Stroud, Van Dyke, who was off the field, he wasn't a defensive coach.
Mike Rumpf,
who fans celebrate. They're off and on with what they feel about with him. And it was another coach. Oh, Banda's at Utah State. So, but Banda's the mixologist. So the barista.
But in Utah, by the way, alcohol, I believe, is frowned upon.
He probably makes more money and do it on the side.
Bootlegging. That's why.
JJ, as our resident Miami guy, were you expecting that? Were you expecting
Blake to get fired, man? The DC, he sucks. I want him gone. He's like Enos to me.
Wow.
Really?
Yes, dude. Our defense was so trash.
And the thing that I was saying all of that to say is that you've got guys like Leonard Taylor, who was one of their prize recruits this year, who the rumors were that he wanted to opt out of his LOI because everybody who recruited him is no longer there.
You're right.
Like and the reason why I wanted to bring up the transfer portal is there are OGs, who I call them OGs, which is obviously a hood term, but it's basically guys who came before me, like guys like Didrik Dodge, aka Blade, played at Florida State. Amazing player during his time at Florida State. But you've seen this probably as well, Denny. Like, these guys are blaming the wrong people. They're blaming the kids, saying, how dare you leave, get into the transfer portal, you have nowhere to go, and blah, 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 have some commitment. And you'll see fans do this, and I'm like, what in the hell makes y'all think that is the kid's decision all the time? Yeah. Outside of the few. There are a few or it seems like it's more than a few because it's a lot of cases. But I promise you, a lot of these guys ain't have a choice. And one of the guys was like, well, they should fight. They should just, if you're not that good, you should just try to get better. I'm like, they're not even getting the opportunity to fight. They're being told, we need your slot. We need your scholarship. You got to go. You got to find somewhere else to go.
But I think the problem with the older guys, and I'll even go back, like, what year were you? What year did you get out of Florida State?
06. 05, excuse me.
Okay. So a little bit older than you. You literally, if you wanted to leave the school, you literally like had to call your high school coach and go, hey, I need you to go and call and see if you can find somebody that may have an interest in signing me. There wasn't even a way. There wasn't a way to transfer back then. I mean, think about how hard that was. If you would have wanted to leave Florida State, essentially your options were to quit football or to have made such a strong relationship during the recruiting process 2 years previous that you felt like you could call somebody else. These days, like you just said, these kids can enter the portal, put themselves in a different situation, and the entire country knows by lunch.
And there's things that it's a safer protocol. There's things that go into this. You get 48 hours to you get as much time to back out as you want, but you get 48 hours before your name even goes into the portal. And
you're going to see a lot of backing out in the next couple of weeks, by the way.
And that's fine if the schools will let them back. But it's like everybody goes through that. Like I'll bring up here's a name that and here's a story that a lot of people probably don't know. Much has been said about the Tua Tagovailoa story, about him not playing much his freshman year, right? And thinking about transferring, then the national championship changed his mind, right?
Tua Tagovailoa.
There was another Alabama player that had something similar. Won a Heisman Trophy. Derrick Henry.
Yep, Derrick Henry. Yep.
Derrick was literally. I remember going to Gator Bowl practice, and there was talks like, okay, I was talking with his coach. He was like, hey, he's not really happy with not playing that much. I'm like, well, damn, dude, there's some cats over there, bro. Like, you gotta you gotta ride your turn out. But I'm talking about that. Then that literally next day, it was two things that happened, and I remember this. Dylan Bates was playing in the Adidas All-American game, and he was balling. And Derrick's bowl game. I guess, did they play Georgia? No, they didn't play Georgia. Who did they play in that bowl game? They played somebody. Anyways, all I know is
went off, though.
My Twitter and my phone was going.
Maybe.
That's what it was. That's why I thought the red was going off about how well both of them were playing. And I'm like, well, I guess Derrick ain't leaving now. But that thought, what I'm saying is he's won a Heisman, won a national championship, doing well in the NFL, elite guy. A guy you're going to tell your kid that's what people we want your kid to be like. But even the elite of the elite have these thoughts go through their mind because that decision to go to the college is still a rush decision for a lot of people. Like you're making a lifetime decision in 5 weeks when I was coming up. But so those 2 days, like you could ponder because you really do like the people you came in with. You like your position coach. But what if your position coach, everything that brought you there is gone?
Blake Baker,
James,
by the way, is the DC, not Blake James. Okay.
I feel like if you are a 40-plus-year-old man and you're taking to Twitter to question the decision-making of a 19-year-old, I feel like we're wasting our time talking about this because it's obvious which one has the maturity problem.
Well, the statistics tell us that 50% of America is divorced. So you already have most of y'all have commitment problems.
But you understand what I'm saying? Like you're 45, good and going in life. And you've already played your college football, and now you're at that point where everything was better when you were coming up, and you're spending your time on Twitter talking about a 19-year-old who's thinking about hitting a portal and telling him to toughen up. Like, yo, dog, I'm sorry, man. He ain't the problem.
It's not, and that's what I was trying to explain to people. I'm going to talk about it a little bit more tomorrow. I'm supposed to be doing a podcast tomorrow, but it's like it's capitalism. You're letting kids. Yeah, I heard you had a dope podcast.
Bro,
I'm jealous of you right now, man.
Bro,
that's the podcast I want to be on.
Can we get to that next break?
Yeah, because we got to
Can we
talk
get to
about
that next
Jaguar stuff because we're losing Jaguar fans right now.
Yeah, we have to talk about Trevor's brother as well.
I was very.
Oh, yes, we do.
Will fit in. Will fit in.
Yeah, I actually
Hey,
bumped college
JJ,
football. I want
we
to
need
talk
to.
Jags.
We gotta get.
Reach out.
We gotta. If he, I promise you, JJ, me and you will fight if he's on the lunch bunch.
Fun Friday.
If he's if you do that, and I don't care who sets it up. Trevor's brother. If his brother's
I'm not.
doing
No, I'm out. No, I'm not. I'm out. I'm not going to be that. I'm not going to have people's relatives.
I'm going to send you this picture, and
I saw
he fits in.
Okay, we'll get to it later.
We'll get to it later. Anyways, we're going to talk Denny, podcast, and Jags on the other side.
1010XL means.
Your signal, that means.
Yeah, that's what that means.
It's so cool.
Jacksonville Sports Radio. It's 1010XL.
If you haven't shopped at Key Buick GMC, now is the time. With every new Buick and GMC comes a lifetime powertrain warranty. Find a great selection of GMC Sierras, the truck that I drive. Need a new SUV? Check out the roomy GMC Acadia or the Buick Enclave for a more luxurious ride. Looking for a crossover? Look no further than the Buick Encore or Buick Envision. Key Buick GMC, located across the street from Tinseltown, Southside and Gate. Go to keybuickgmc.com.
Learn the secrets to bring your A game on the Edwin Watts Golf Hour.
Yeah, well, you really crushed that ball off the tee, I'll tell you what.
Learn the latest on new equipment from all the major manufacturers on the Edwin Watts Golf Hour. Saturday morning at 10 on 1010XL.
Make your resolution to get your barbecue on at Woody's Barbecue. Enjoy the best slow smoked brisket, so tender you can cut it with a knife. Celebrating 40 years, Woody's Barbecue.
At Woody's Barbecue, it's what we do. Let's eat.
Of course, Roland Reach Plumbing has awards from Folio Weekly and the Bold City's Best. Now, Roland Reach is also confirmed as the Google Guaranteed Plumbing Service. Because when you do plumbing right, the word gets around. That's Roland Reach Plumbing.
Are you ready to replace the windows in your home? Don't know which company to hire? Because they all say the same thing anyway? Made for Florida, built for Florida. This is the best window for your home. 30, 40, 50% off if you sign today. The culture of Kohler Homes is to offer options from all the Florida-approved manufacturers, not just one. Without the pressure sales of buy this window today. We'll provide an educating consultation, not a sales pitch, then pinpoint the best option no matter who the manufacturer is. Don't fall for the pressure sale and don't limit your options. Let the consultants at Kohler Homes of Jacksonville help you choose the right manufacturer. Kohler Homes, the right choice.
So you didn't get the perfect present last month. Well, it's not too late. Mystic Cornhole Company is open and still builds custom high-quality cornhole boards right here in Jax. Visit their shop on Phillips Highway and see their designs at mysticcornholecompany.com.
He's number 55, Mac in the Middle, Tom McManus.
From the Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute Studios.
Fridays on Jaguars Today, brought to you by McGowan's, the official heating and air conditioning partner of the Jacksonville Jaguars, on 1010XL.
Frank Franchi here for Big Chief Tire. There are certain things everyone hates doing. Going to the DMV, waiting on the cable repairman, and getting your vehicle serviced. Why? Because nobody has the patience. That's why Big Chief Tire prioritizes your time by getting the job done right the first time. They understand you want a stress-free experience where you don't get upsold on products or services you don't need. Schedule an appointment with Big Chief Tire's team of experts by visiting any of their 4 conveniently located Jacksonville stores or going online to BigChiefService.com.
Buying or selling surfboards, guitars, amps, or musical instruments or equipment? Beaches Jewelry and Pawn wants to either buy them from you or sell you what you need. Beaches Jewelry and Pawn in Jax Beach. Online at beachesjewelryandpawn.com.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. You're listening to the Sports Den on 1010XL.
The Sports Den brought to you by thehumidor.com, the go-to website to get cigars and cigar accessories on the internet. If you're going anywhere else, you're stupid. I mean, I have no idea why you're doing it. And at checkout, if you type in Sports Den, you get 20% off. It's saving you money, getting you the best smokes. And then if you go to ABC Fine Wine and Spirits, I mean, it's the best prices on booze. All kinds of stuff. And in a drought, you can always get water. It's always important to know where you can get water from, man. They always have water there. For whatever reason, they never run out of water.
And in the middle of a catastrophe or civil war, you're going to need water.
And they'll
Toilet
be open.
Paper, water.
They were the only place that remained open all the way during COVID. I think they made more money.
I was gonna say, man, they thrived.
I
Like
think
2020, they had to set records in 2020.
we got renewed because of the COVID relief checks. We appreciate you guys literally blowing a check at ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. And when you get your $600, if you don't know what to do with it, spend it at thehumidor.com or ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. And hopefully if they give you more money, go get more booze, because booze makes things better.
Temporarily, at least. It's not the worst thing. That's for dang sure. So last night I got to do the Bold Take podcast.
Shout out to Dilla.
Yeah, man. Those boys. When we had
Dilla
so
is
much
white.
fun.
I did not. If those who don't know, he is white.
Yeah, he's like a ginger, I think.
Oh man.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Really white.
Yeah. No. We had a blast. It was. I didn't really know what I was getting into. I thought.
Was Fournette on there with you?
No.
Oh, damn.
No, but they hit me up and it was like, hey, can you do Tuesday night? And I'm like, yeah, it's our night off. Yeah, let's do that. And I thought, okay, we're gonna get on there about 9 and we'll be done 9:30. Yo, man, we did more than what we do on here. We no breaks. We went an hour and 50 minutes.
Yes, entirely too
like
much.
it was long, but it was a blast. I would tell people that you guys definitely should go listen to it. Those guys do good work. As part of that whole Bowl City Brigade.
Who is it besides Dilla?
Bowl City Cap.
Okay.
Now Cap, for those who don't know, because we got to talk about
the radio
this.
station, hasn't he?
Possibly.
Who was the one that went on? It doesn't matter.
He's the one who got in a fight in Tennessee and didn't spill his beer.
Right.
They accosted him.
Somebody.
They accosted him. He got his in and did not spill his
beer. If you're
beer.
into fighting in stadiums, I'm cool with you.
That's when I was like,
my kind of guy.
JJ, it's even better. Wasn't it in the bathroom?
It was in the bathroom. Did not
in the
spill
bathroom.
his beer.
In there, bro.
Did not break
beer
man law. Did not break man law violations.
Thinking you're gonna run our tests us.
Absolutely.
Cap is no cap.
That's literally all I could think about last night. All I could think about last night was my man did not even spill a full beer and wore somebody out. Like I don't do podcasts. I don't even really like podcasts like that. I told them, like, y'all just call me, man. I'll do that anytime. So go check that out, Bowl City Pod. You can go to my social media at Denny_Thompson, and I shared it earlier, Bold Take. But good stuff. It was a lot of fun. But this city is on fire right now with the Jags. We talked about it the other night about Shad Khan and everything that he said. What was that, Monday that he spoke?
Right.
So, yeah, Monday. What was y'all's take just on not necessarily like what he said, but the fact that first thing Monday, this man came out and said, I am hiring these guys, and both of them are both coach and GM are going to report to me. Did that make you feel like, what type of way did that make you feel? Good, bad, or do you not believe it?
Part of me feels good because I want winners. I want winners like developing these guys. Like I want them plugged in like around other cats, and to be a billionaire, you got to be some sort of winner. Something.
Right.
And I feel like there's a new level of accountability. The problem was he's been so hands off all these other years. It's almost like for fans, they're like, he doesn't care. He doesn't care if we win. But now you're getting exactly what you've been asking for quite some time.
I think I read too far into it, and I think I have a confession here. I think I have allowed myself to take myself to a place that's dangerous.
Okay.
I read into this that essentially what he was telling us is, I'm hiring Urban Meyer, and who am I going to have him report to other than me?
No,
I can't come out here. And I can't come out here and say that my GM is going to report to my coach. I can't do that. And so now I've allowed myself to get into this headspace to where if it's not Urban Meyer, I'm a little bit concerned about like where my head's going to go with the Jags. It's almost like I'm so excited about Trevor Lawrence, but now Urban Meyer and Trevor Lawrence is my expectation.
Yeah, you're
so one's not enough.
You're like you're going all you're an Urbite.
And James, Like, we've known each other a long time. I'm not even that guy. Like I don't even.
Sold. Like you're all in on Herbs, which is not a problem. I get that.
But I'm not. But my point is, I've never been that guy about Urban Meyer. I've never had this Urban Meyer infatuation until I thought, wait a second, in Jacksonville? And now all of a sudden you're right. I have completely lost my mind. Do y'all think this is going to happen?
I think that's obviously choice number one. I think setting up all these interviews and fleshing this thing out, it doesn't make any sense to do it that way. If you like, Urban would be Urban wouldn't be my Saturday interview. Urban would be I fired Doug Sunday. Monday, I need you here on Monday.
Well, see, I was under the impression that conversation had already happened. I was under the impression that I fired Doug on, Sunday. I had talked to Urban the previous Sunday.
No, I'm saying I got that part, but right now that's not the protocol. Like right now, this is a waste of time. We like what we joke with. You interview Rubisky and get this thing rolling, baby. We got things to accomplish.
You say Rubisky?
Whatever his name is.
Down the hall?
However many it takes.
Whatever, like, man, I didn't even know. Like right now,
what's my quota?
You've interviewed 3 black guys, man. Like, come on, man. Like,
is
we
it
know
3 now?
Well, it'll be Rubisky or whatever the running backs coach.
I can't believe James talking about Rubisky because he's down the hall. Like, yo, Terry, come here real quick.
The running backs coach being to me. They're bringing in Raheem. We know, dog.
Oh, Raheem.
Raheem ain't getting the job, man. We know you're not getting the job, though. Maybe you want to be a DC for Herbs. We'll contemplate it. You want to come, Raheem? Come. We're gonna give you a Duval crab tray. I hear you guys like crab trays. Come on over here. Your name's Raheem. I know you do. Come on. We got some garlic butter for you, baby. You're gonna come on a yacht. We're gonna have a good time. Plush carpet. Take your shoes off.
My favorite, lemon pepper.
I'm saying, like, yeah, I mean, and that joke kind of hurts a little bit on the inside, but we all know the Rooney Rule is BS. Like, I get it. Like, I just want the best person. And if you're not gonna give me the enemy, and I can respect not getting the enemy if you're bringing in Herbs.
Okay, I'm just
gonna say
this.
If you're not bringing in
I
Herbs,
don't want
then then you better you better bring in somebody good. It better work.
I don't want the enemy.
You mean, as Taylor Dahl calls him, Eric the enemy?
That's my boy. All right, man.
I have no idea what you're talking about. But
she works sports talk radio.
Don't do it.
Okay, all right. My bad. Let's just go on because that was a pit. That
she said today. She said she thought this entire time that his name was Eric the enemy and it's not Eric.
Grinds my gears.
That would actually be awesome
hilarious.
if his name was Eric the enemy. But
that is tough.
But I don't want Eric. I don't have anything
want
against
anybody
him.
but Urban, dog. Like you a rap, even on Monday's show when I'm like, hey, I wanted to do we could have done it live. ESPN.com has this cool little thing you can do where it's all the head coaches that are available.
That was such BS.
You could keep pushing the buttons and scans. It gives you a point. We could have just experimented. You're like, nope.
Okay, then you tell me.
Urban.
Y'all tell me. Y'all tell me now
that he's going to go to the Chargers anyway, Denny. What do you think about that?
That's what scares me right now.
You got to think about Plan
B.
B.
The Chargers. Who's going to the Chargers? Herbs ain't going to.
They have a win now situation apparently.
And you know what scares me more is Jason Lockett-Foran is jumping in on the bandwagon now.
But listen, he's just using
deductive reasoning. That's what I should. That's what I didn't say. I said no.
Okay, so who? Okay, if it's not Herbs, then who do y'all want? If you could pick anybody, now that we've heard Urban Meyer, who even makes you smile?
Lincoln
who? Riley?
Yeah,
he's not coming.
I would love that. I want a young offensive-minded guy.
The offensive-minded or defensive-minded guy.
I'd rather Joe Brady than Lincoln
because
Riley.
I don't want them coaching the offense. I need them head coaching.
Okay.
And they need to hire somebody who's really, really good at said things.
So you want a CEO.
Right. That's what we
Herb.
That's Herb.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. But y'all tell me I can't use Herb. I mean, Joe Brady gets me excited. I would just because of Trevor, and I think that would be cool. I think Joe Brady. There's a reason why these dudes skip steps because they're good. They're really the guy's not just lucky. Like, he's been good everywhere he's been. So I'm good with that. I actually could get on board with Robert Saleh, and I could make a solid argument about Robert Saleh.
Rooney Rule,
on
boom.
a different. Does he count?
Yes. Yeah. Apparently all minorities.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, I could get on board with him. Outside of that, I can't name you another person that even makes me go, well, that sounds good.
But if
and
they
Eric
brought
Bieniemy's
back,
not it.
What if they brought back like somebody who's recently been fired, like a Caldwell or something? Nothing.
No.
Okay.
No.
I just
Caldwell's
saw
not a
some
bad
people.
idea.
Your boy Dilla had him
Caldwell's
posted the other day.
Caldwell isn't.
I don't hate that, but I wouldn't want that.
Like, people kept talking about Marvin Lewis. Man, if Marvin Lewis comes here,
Marvin Lewis made Cincinnati a playoff contender. They never won anything, but they
Don't you want something new though? Like,
I would like something new.
Yeah.
I don't want retreads.
Exactly.
I want something
That's what I
exciting. But I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not 1,000% sure on all of those things. But we got to take a break.
I like that you're sticking to schedule.
Yeah, I think
James sucks at this. Like,
we talked about.
Listen, we're not on your
random
podcast, Denny.
Random stuff.
People
Transfer
pay for
portal,
this.
It's like we're always taking commercials
Yeah,
and
man,
paying bills.
we got Hate O'Clock coming up, man, and Hate O'Clock is important, is an integral part of our show. And I can't have this thing where we're going into like 9-10 doing a 6-minute Hate O'Clock.
Yeah, and
what happened? What happened the last
brother
week?
We have to talk about. We have Lenny.
Yeah, we
don't forget. We got to talk about Lenny. We've been teasing this for too long.
But Lenny is a whole seg.
At least.
Hate O'Clock coming up next.
When you want to hear the Jaguars, just listen. Jaguars Today. 2 hours spent on two things. Your Jags and the rest of the NFL. 10 to noon weekdays on 1010XL 92.5 FM. Home of the Jacksonville Jaguars.
Cigar City Brewing, Florida's premier craft brewery, delivers vibrant tropical flavor with high-low IPA, a citrus-forward craft beer inspired by the bold tangerine, mango, and clementine qualities of High-Low IPA. At 4% ABV and 120 calories, High-Low IPA delivers highs in flavor and lows where you'd want them. Check out cigarcitybrewing.com for more information on this Florida original. Cigar City Brewing, Tampa, Florida. Please enjoy responsibly.
This is Hayes Carline for Spickelmeyer Insurance Agency. John Spickelmeyer knows about protection as the best offensive lineman to ever come out of Jacksonville. He's always taken that O-line pride in his protection, from being the city's player of the year at Bowls to playing for Notre Dame. John has always gotten the job done for those who depend on him, and he'll do that for you, like he has me. John Spickelmeyer is my agent. Call John today at 471-7155 for all your insurance needs. That's Spickelmeyer Insurance Agency, protecting what's most important to you. Call John today at 471-7155.
Looking to be your own boss in a proven business model? Like construction and working outdoors. Superior Fence and Rail is franchising in new markets all over the Southeast, from Birmingham to Savannah, and even a few more markets in Florida. Come win with us and redefine the fence industry. So get off the fence and call Superior Fence and Rail to learn more about starting a fence franchise today.
When you're on the fence about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
The flagship station of the Jacksonville Jaguars. WJXL AM Jacksonville Beach. WJXL FM Jacksonville Beach.
You'll hear Pete Prisco, senior NFL writer for CBS Sports, every Friday on The Frangie Show, brought to you by Showtime, Sports Cards and Collectibles. Regain your edge. The board-certified surgeons of Ortho Edge are practicing at St. Vincent's Riverside.
Hi, I'm Dr. Longnecker. If you have a sports injury, or if you have knee, hip, or shoulder pain, let us at Ortho Edge help you regain your edge. We want you to get back to living life to your best. And we have patient-focused experience and technology to deliver the results. See one of our physicians today at Ortho Edge.
Now accepting new patients, visit orthoedge.com.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000.
You mad, bro?
1010XL 92.5 FM. Join us in the sports den. Call or text 641-1010.
Open up the heart and let that hate out.
You gotta breathe it in, then exhale. Woosah. We've had a long day. Kids are getting on your nerves, MFTK, the missus, everybody else. You need to vent. Open up that heart and let the hate out on the Sports Den. You can hit up the 1010XL text line designed by Lifetime Enclosures and let us know, 641-1010. Let us know about what you're hating on. Or, we'll eventually read some of these texts. Some of these are pretty good. Dom's getting active.
Dom's getting active again?
Always, yeah. Dom bought silver. Plata en Porto.
Oh, okay.
In booze.
Okay.
It's always a good combination.
I'm thinking about crypto soon.
Get Ethereum.
Ethereum.
Yeah,
I heard.
I got some of that a long time ago. Don't even try Bitcoin now, bro.
Okay.
It's crazy. It's out of control. But what you got? You got any? What you hating on there, Mr. Thompson?
Oh, I was waiting to hear y'all's 8 o'clock. Y'all got me dialed in. Y'all talked about 3 different 8 o'clocks in the first hour.
Yeah, my hate o'clock is on you not accepting Trevor's brother as a potential guest.
Well, why would we do that? I don't understand. I've never understood, and this is no knock against Mr. Minshew or how y'all choose to do business, but I don't really have an interest in speaking to family members of players.
I know, but this guy, he just looked interesting. That was.
I don't want to talk to old people.
Which means that he's probably the single most boring person ever.
You think he's overcompensating?
He can't be
for his boringness.
He can't be boring. Because Trevor's boring.
Yeah,
it's
you
impossible
have to have
for
somebody
two
in the
boring kids.
family.
Somebody's got to be the wild child.
Through that.
And if Trevor's the wild child, then
he's not.
Then that family's weird.
If y'all want to have this as a thing, if y'all want to have this as a thing, then that's okay. Y'all can do that. I'm going to gracefully step out because I did not get into the radio business.
You're the one who said you wanted to have more guests in 21. That we
I did
had
not
to have
say
more people.
that.
You said we had to have more interviews. We got to do more things.
I don't even like guests. What are you talking about? No.
Well, then,
it's my radio show. I don't want
no guests.
There it is. No guests.
I mean, he does have. Also, he has long hair, and he looks like he plays Dungeons and Dragons.
Okay, well now,
and that's what you want to put on radio.
No, but he also looks like he could grow like 9 pounds in his backyard.
Now that's interesting.
Yeah,
Dungeons and Dragons does nothing for me.
I'm just saying, you don't know. This guy looks eccentric.
So what you guys really are saying is you want to hear his story.
Yeah, I want to know about Trevor.
And I want to know about this stuff about Trevor. I want to get him some booze. Get him drinking and tell me embarrassing stuff about Trevor.
Like, have you smashed your hand before because you weren't able to redshirt?
And then he tells him, he's like, no, my brother's not some dumb loser. He's been good his whole life.
Yeah, exactly.
And the only thing he comes in is smashing records.
Have we heard anything from Garner lately, by the way? I'm worried about him.
I'm not.
I talked to him Monday.
Okay, good.
I know Diddy has. So that's.
I mean, y'all are killing me here. Y'all are absolutely.
He's still breathing.
Y'all are both killing me.
He's got that last check. Has he gone? Has he? No, I'm saying has he?
Not his last forever.
No. My bad. The last check for this year.
Okay.
My bad. I don't mean that. I didn't mean forever.
His career is not over.
Is he part? Is he? Because I don't like. Here's my hate o'clock. I'll tell you this. I don't. We talked about this last week, I think, but it was for another player. It was with Dwayne Haskins. I don't like the disdain and the disrespect that adult chicken wing establishments are getting during this pandemic.
We're not doing this. I can just tell you that right now, James. You ain't going down that road right now.
That Trevor's not Trevor. I know Trevor. Trevor, you better not be eating no chicken wings. We'll get you the chicken wings delivered to your house.
Trevor's never even been.
You've got a fiance. So Denny doesn't want to go down there.
Yeah, I mean, I know where you're going, and you just caught yourself going there.
It was the player from the Tennessee Titans that's gotten in trouble again. He didn't have a mask. I get it.
Okay, there you go. Now we can go down that road if you'd like to.
If you would have worn a mask. Oh, I wasn't going. Yeah. Anyways, if you would have worn a mask, it'd have been different. But dang, man, like now I'm all messed up. Now I don't know what.
I mean, the off season. Look, let's put it this way. Like, if you are a current Jags player and you've got nothing to do,
go see some dad. Go partake in the arts.
I wouldn't be here. I would go. I'd leave. I'd go somewhere. Like I would. There's no reason to be in Jacksonville right now if you just got done getting paid at a very minimum 5 figures for 17 straight weeks. Right?
Here's what you need to do. Stop taking pictures and videotaping every damn thing. Like, there's no need for you to remember that night like that. That's a story over beers with your bros type memories. You don't need to canonize that, man.
That's very. I didn't know that there were. Are you allowed to take pictures in adult chicken wing establishments?
No, it's definitely frowned upon.
Yeah.
Not cool.
Then how does this keep happening?
Because they're like in the VIP section
that's
getting like you saw Harden. He was like with the girls and they were videotaping him because it's James Harden. Like it's
so there's no
different when you're a
bouncers back there to
celebrity.
take your phone?
Man, when you're dropping money like that, bro.
But it's just that if you are sitting there and all of a sudden you flip out a phone, you should
like
flip
with
the
a
phone.
girl dancing.
Like with the girl dancing, the bouncer's probably gonna come and get you. But like,
I just got this like visual of James with a flip phone in a seedy booth.
In a big coat. A raincoat.
Yeah, the Nextel one with the camera. Like that's old school.
Eating lemon pepper wets.
Hey,
yeah, no, but if you're if you're a Jag player, get out for a little while. Like there's nothing here for you right now. All that's going to be going on right now for these next couple of weeks is you're going to hear rumors about who your new head coach is. You're going to hear everybody fall in love with Trevor Lawrence. There's nothing that's going to happen unless you're having to rehab something that needs you to be here. Go duck off for a little while. Go to an island somewhere and escape the madness for a little while. That's my piece of advice to all professional athletes right now. Like this year that they just endured from everything, and this goes for colleges too. Like I'm talking to a ton of college coaches right now. The level of frustration and exhaustion that these guys are running on right now, because you got to remember they started this thing back in the summer with the whole social justice thing and the COVID thing, and they have not stopped, not for a second until last week. Like these guys are running on fumes. I good friends of mine I've never heard that sound like they want out of the business altogether, James.
I could dig it.
Yeah,
I could dig it.
Yeah, it's a stressful environment right now, but other than just my not being able to sleep, I don't really have a hate o'clock right now. There's nothing that I'm really hating on. I will tell you this: when I come back in, I've lost like 23 pounds in the last almost 3 weeks.
That's good. Congratulations.
So I'm definitely not hating on that.
Some of the stomach, some of the
the stomach thing.
You know who else is on a cleanse?
What?
I'm a sausage guy.
Yep, he's been in here with his drink cleanse. It's a huge bottle of yellow water. Looks like urine. And he's doing well. He's on day 3. Maybe you and Hack should have a competition, Denny.
I'm not on a diet.
Oh.
No,
well, you said you lost all that weight. So.
I had that stomach surgery. Like I had something wrong with my digestive system, and ever since then, my life has completely changed. Like I've figured out I wasn't digesting food properly, and so now I'm under 200 pounds and not even trying.
Did you have a narrow esophagus?
No, did not have a narrow esophagus. No, and I did not do any cleanse or anything like that. No. But it's glorious actually. It's like I don't even have clothes that fit me right now.
Nice.
And I'm not even trying to lose weight. So I'm not hating on anything, fellas.
You're just a braggart.
I am. I'm bragging my butt off right now about this.
Humble flex. Humble flex.
Yeah, but no, I'm good on every other hate o'clock. What was the other hate o'clock y'all were talking about with what was the
Taylor Doll?
Yeah, so the Airbnb thing.
He's just mad that someone who does sports updates doesn't know the name of Eric Bieniemy.
It's not
as if he's
just,
some superstar.
No, it's not even about that. It's the fact that
I'm
his
on your
name
side.
has
I'm
been
just
brought
playing
up
devil's advocate.
damn near every day for a year, like or at least since January of last year, when the Chiefs were going back on a run.
But listen, I thought that the saying was fight to the nail, not tooth and nail. I thought it was that for like up until like a year ago, dude. Speaking of heck, he says intensive purposes instead of all intents and purposes.
Okay, I thought it was
So,
that
like-
until I went to college.
Well,
hey, somebody just got on me.
some people it takes
386
longer
just
than
like,
others.
tell James it's integral, not integral. Please, JJ.
I actually didn't know that either. Thank you,
He's
sir.
educating people, and he did that for free.
But yeah, she
Like-
thought his name was Eric the Enemy. She was like, I thought people were just calling him that. I didn't know his
Like,
actual
do you know
last
how
name.
badass that would be to be the coordinator?
Eric the Enemy.
The Kansas City Chiefs with Andy Reid featuring Eric the Enemy.
Is this WWF?
That was actually pretty solid, Jay.
That would be like that. I would have to have an intro. Like he would have to walk out, just like every other player.
Hey, where are we as a family on Byron Leftwich? Do we want him getting a gig?
Oh man, yeah, I want him to succeed, just not here.
Right. Where do you want him to go?
Who don't we like?
What's the,
Texans?
Oh, that's a good one.
The Bill O'Brien should be. I said this last night on that podcast. He should be banned from football. When you look at what he's
He was
left
a
that
good head
franchise
coach, though. Like, if you just brought him in as a head coach and not necessarily give him the GM role,
JJ,
don't you think he'd be all right?
Think about what he has left that.
I know. I agree.
It is like that. That
They're in
is
trouble for a while.
He's going to Bama where he's gonna put his foot down. He doesn't want guys to have baby mamas everywhere, man.
Also, speaking
Doesn't
of
matter
the
how good you
Texans, speaking of showing up to practice. Speaking of the Texans, remember what I said about Deshaun Watson before the season, and I'll just say this: no elite quarterback goes 4-12.
well. That's where I
Enough
was going to
said.
go. When you go look at Deshaun's year he had this year, and whatever
Crazy
you think
stats.
whatever you think about Deshaun Watson, I think even you will agree with this, even though you're anti-Deshaun. His career is ruined.
Mm-hmm.
He just signed a big deal there. He's going to spend at least the next 3 years without any real talent because they're old on defense. It's probably in the worst shape of any franchise in the NFL right now.
Absolutely.
What I really
well, they
want-
have a quarterback. At
Can I
least.
say is this petty for me really wanting this like a job that nobody wants? And like then they have to go back to the last guy? like you left it so bad, this bad cap situation.
Oh,
old
yeah.
players like I'm gonna interview. Nah. We'll pay you $20 million. Nah, I'm okay. I'll wait next year. How about that? And Eric goes back, Raheem, everybody goes back to where they came from. And they're sitting there and nobody wants this
And they
job.
still have Romeo Crennel.
Well, they hired the general manager today, right? They hired
for
Casero, right?
For
So
$5 million a year. Is that good?
Yeah, for GM, yeah. So they hired that, but I mean that's got to be the worst job on the scale. I mean, I think the Jets is a way better job than what the Texans are. If you're the Jags right now, you've got this opportunity to where you're not scared of Tannehill, right? You're not really scared of what Indy has because you don't know what they have behind Phillip Rivers. Houston is a dumpster fire. You play your cards right, and you've got a chance to take over a division for a decade here with the draft capital you have, with some of the decisions you have to make, and with the salary cap space.
It's basically this right here. Like so basically you have a chance to do what Indy should have done more of
with luck.
What they had with luck. And it's basically ranked by your cap space, but it's just so much that goes into it. And New York's not as bad of a job as what people think. Your approximate cap space for the Jags is just over 81 mil. You got 2 first rounders, 2 seconds, 1/3, and 7 4th through the 7th round picks. You can package those up. You don't need all of those. The Jets have 73.6 mil. They've got 2 first rounders also. They've got 1 second rounder, 2/3, and then 5 4th through 7th round. So both teams have a really, really good amount of cap space and draft capital. The Chargers have $30 million in cap space, 1 first, 1 second, 1/3, and then 5. So they've got your traditional stuff, but they've got a roster.
They've got pieces
with pieces already there, so I can see why Urban wouldn't mind going there. If it were
who would
available.
you rather be though? Would you rather be Miami or Jacksonville?
I'd rather be Jacksonville. Miami's
would
in a
too.
situation where they got bullied where they got punked into having to draft a quarterback that you're still not sure is your future. And you'd be in a better position if you'd have just rolled out with the guy that you had.
I agree. I agree. And the other thing you got to remember about Jacksonville is that 83 million or whatever that number is that you said is as of today. That number I have heard go as high as 120 million with like very little moves, very few moves. I mean, this is if you get the right pieces in here, this is that reset button that we've all been wanting for so long, man. I haven't been this excited about the future of the Jags and probably ever.
And you brought up the point. It's the right pieces, right? It's not where every piece has to be great, but you've got to make sure that you really, somebody's going to probably critique me, accentuate, hopefully I said that right, your strengths. Accentuate, whatever. Bottom line is showcase your strengths. I'm trying to be like Leon. I'm trying to use my vocab words here, and don't give me a hard time.
What are your strengths?
The amount of money to have a contractor.
What?
I don't even remember what you were trying to say.
Yeah, I don't even.
If it's preventable. Yeah. What are the strengths of the Jags?
No, what I mean. So right now you got a good running
And
back.
how did that get on me all of a sudden?
You got a good running back. You're going to have a good quarterback. You've got some. Hopefully, with the quarterback, your wide receivers can get better. Find you a tight end. Now all of a sudden, you have an offense that's really manageable. Even if I think the offensive line is trash.
I don't think the offensive line is trash. I don't think it's trash, but I think they got to make a big decision with Cam.
Facts, but I think it's serviceable. I think it's more serviceable with a couple with just a.
If you have $120 million, you can overspend.
On defense, you got a lot of weaknesses, but you've got your Mike. You got a corner that you're invested in for the next 3 or 4 years.
You've got one of the best linebackers in the game in Miles.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. Like,
you said Mike, right?
My bad. Miles is.
But I think you got your Mike too. I think Schobert's legit.
Enough.
Yeah.
You put enough money in, you got to give him one more year anyway. Get you a D tackle.
Saving.
Get you a D tackle, and that's not saving. And if you flip to a 3-4, you might be better. You might be better than what you thought.
I like Devon
because now you got Clavon in something that he's actually comfortable with, and you've got Josh Allen, who's probably gonna be better. So like just a personnel change could make you into a better defense. And I think somebody actually brought it up. It wasn't the Texans that they went from a 4-3 to a 3-4. They were 6-10 with the 4-3. They were 10-6 when they went to the 3-4. Made the playoffs.
If you want to do the Texans then what you need to do is go get Zach Cunningham.
Oh man, that would be clutch.
That would be.
He's
I don't know if he's a free. I have no idea. We need to look that up because if he is a free agent, then we need to make that happen right away because he would be. You want to talk about the nail that does them in finally? That would be it if they're not already done in. But staying on that same subject though, James, I think honestly when we're talking about this draft and all that kind of stuff, the position you mentioned it earlier, the position that intrigues me more than any other is what they're going to do at running back and when they're going to do it. Because if you look at the common denominator, if we think that we have the next Patrick Mahomes or we think we have the next, Drew Brees or whoever you want to do, go look at the common denominator all those guys have. They've got, two-headed monsters in the backfield, and it's been that way for a while. So if you could go out and you could get ETN with your second pick in the second round, would you do that?
Without a doubt.
They re-signed Cunningham, by the way.
Yeah, I must say he's in year 4, so they got his 5th. They gave him a new deal instead of just
4-year,
a 5th
$58 million.
Oh wow,
that's it.
Got him cheap.
Oh gosh, yeah, they got him really cheap. But I mean, what's the highest you would draft a running back if you're the Jags?
No, I would sit right there in the second round.
Yeah, I'm with you.
That's the highest I would go because there's nobody I just have to have.
But there's a lot of people that are going to say, you draft that guy in the 4th, 5th round. James Robinson was an undrafted free agent. Do that again.
That's an anomaly.
I almost think because you have James Robinson, you draft a guy a little bit higher. Does that make sense?
Yeah, like people say that, and you can bring up every year, but every year, every team ain't hitting on that guy. Like
No.
it's second round is safe. Like it's great if you can get him later on, but James Robinson was, like I said, definitely an anomaly. Get me a Travis Etienne, somebody who could do it in the passing game as well, and is still a hard-nosed runner, unless somehow another explosive receiver is available there. But
well, if we're talking about what benefits and what develops Trevor the best, if that's the overwhelming thought process is how do we surround Trevor Lawrence with what makes this team competitive right away, meaning we're playing the playoffs next year.
Tackle.
Right, correct. That's what I was going to say. The very first thing you do is you go overspend. If you believe Cam's that guy, then fine. Then I'll trust you guys to do it. But if you don't, then you go overspend and you front load a contract for a left tackle because you can afford to. But the thing that everybody seems to have is multiple weapons at running back. And so I think if you want to develop Trevor in the right way, that's what you do. I don't think DJ Chark's not a number one. He's not a number one guy. We can't say that he is. So you probably need to go find that number one guy. Laviska is not a number one guy. No, Laviska is a weapon. But he's not going to be the guy that you're going to go to. He's not going to end up a year with 120 catches. So maybe you need to find the number one guy, the left tackle, overspend on that, and then you're running back, and then you should actually be in decent shape at that point.
Facts. All right, well, that's 8 o'clock. This is the Sports Den, brought to you by thehumidor.com. Go to thehumidor.com, the foremost experts in the best cigars that you can get. We'll be back on the other side where we're going to talk politics.
We're a pack of scary, indestructible alpha dogs. Nobody's giving up around here, and don't you forget it, ever. You're Rex, you're King, you're Duke, you're Boss.
I'm 1010XL.
The Truck Accident Law Firm is a national truck crash law firm based right here in Jacksonville, focused on making First Coast roads safer through zealous advocacy for families of those injured or killed by unsafe trucking. The Truck Accident Law Firm focuses exclusively on tractor-trailer, bus, and commercial vehicle crashes. If someone you know is involved in a serious crash with a tractor-trailer or commercial vehicle, contact your local truck crash specialists at truckcrashlaw.com. Non-attorney spokesperson.
Why live with foot or ankle pain? If you have persistent pain, numbness, tingling, burning pain on the bottom of your foot, or swelling that doesn't improve with home treatment, it may be time to see Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute. Our foot and ankle specialists have innovative new options to help you get back in the swing of things without persistent pain that slows you down. Call JOI 2000 or go to joionline.net for an appointment.
Parents, want to know what it sounds like to have a pet fish in the house? Shh, just listen. Doesn't that sound just calm your mind? Ocean Reef Pets in Neptune Beach. Online at oceanreefpets.com.
Of course, Roland Reach Plumbing has awards from Folio Weekly and the Bold City's Best. Now, Roland Reach is also confirmed as the Google Guaranteed Plumbing Service. Because when you do plumbing right, the word gets around. That's Roland Reach Plumbing.
Mark Brunell here. When I played football, I used a helmet for protection. Now I use a different helmet, Gutter Helmet. I never have to clean my gutters again. Gutter Helmet is family owned and operated and #1 in gutter protection. It fits over most existing gutters. They also install 6 and 7-inch seamless gutters with dozens of colors to choose from. Clogged gutters cause mold, pests, wood rot, and even damage to your home's foundation. Go to agenf.com, enter promo code 8 for special discounts.
Now that friends and family have gone home, it's time to invite Zero Res over for a good cleaning. Hickett here. Zero Res can clean your carpets, towels, sofas, area rugs, and more. My wife just loves it when we have the Zero Res team come to our home. Remember, Zero Res uses no soaps or detergent, so there's no sticky residue left behind. Give Zero Res a call today. Get 3 rooms of carpet clean for $129. Mention 1010XL and get 20% off the tile and grout cleaning. Zero Res, man. Spell it forwards or backwards. It's the right way to clean.
Zero Res. At Rusty Acres, you don't just get a used Ford, Lincoln, and Mercury auto part. You get someone who can explain how to install it. For a large inventory of used Ford, Lincoln, and Mercury auto parts, call Rusty Acres, 786-1777.
Instant Keys offers honest professional locksmith service for lost or broken keys and keyless entry remotes. Call Instant Keys at 722-1111. Get dealership level service in just minutes at a fraction of the cost. 722-1111.
New Year is here and golf has never been more popular. This is Russ Libby from Hidden Hills Golf Club, and I'd like to personally invite you out to enjoy our beautiful golf course. Book your tee time today at hiddenhillsgc.com.
New and pre-owned firearms are always in stock at Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacksonville Beach. Want a new sidearm or rifle? Brands like Timbar, Smith & Wesson, Sig Sauer, and Beretta. No lines, no hassle. Beach's Jewelry and Pawn in Jacks Beach.
Ackerman Urology gives you the home field advantage. Don't trust your sexual health to the internet. Our local urologists treat prostate disease and sexual health issues to ensure your confidence and wellness. Don't ignore symptoms that hold you back. Visit AckermanUrology.com.
Business owners and CEOs, apply now for the Jacksonville Small Business Executive Program, designed to help you think differently and become more efficient running your business. This program is presented by the Jim Moran Institute for Global Entrepreneurship in Florida State University's College of Business. Offered at no cost. You'll meet once a month beginning mid-February. Apply before January 29th at jimmoraninstitute.fsu.edu. jimmoraninstitute.fsu.edu.
Coffee? Have a cup of coffee with Jacksonville's favorite son, Tony Baselli.
I don't suppose there's any possibility of getting an espresso or a cappuccino.
Breakfast with Baselli.
Brought to you by
Epstein and Robbins DUI Defense Firm. Monday morning on 1010XL. This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. You're listening to the Sports Den on 1010XL.
Get healthy. One of the best producers to ever be in the game, Dr. DRE. No, don't let that hold you down. But that should have been, that's what I meant to say my 8 o'clock was, is people doing the most on Twitter, man. Like somebody put, that's karma for him going at his ex-wife trying to protect his assets. And, you know, when people were like, yo, that's kind of dark. They were like, well, think about his history of doing things and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, yeah, you still don't have to wish, you know, death on them. Like, you know, wish those women get justice, but that was years ago. But whatever. This is the Sports Den brought to you by thehumidor.com. Type in Sports Den at checkout for 20% off. Go to ABC Fine Wine and Spirits. You know, reach to the top shelf. Friday, payday. Make sure you get the good stuff. I don't know if is it disrespectful to say that, you know, that maybe the guy who's leading our city might have been on that good stuff, on that top shelf.
I'm
kind of said it, didn't I?
Yeah, you kind of just did. I mean,
you were
I don't
asking
know
a question.
Yeah, I was
so
asking
you weren't
you a
really
question,
saying
so I wasn't saying it.
I don't know if y'all noticed, but in our group chat when this was brought up today, there was one of us that didn't even respond to.
I noticed
really...
that. I didn't know if it's because you were sick
You
or.
should have just said something, man. Like it's.
No, I mean it's fine. Y'all been plugging it. So, I mean, what are we talking about with Lenny? Because Lenny Curry now has become synonymous with the Sports Den after one interview. After one interview, Lenny knows now that if you want to go out with a bang, you know what show to come on,
which is amazing to me.
Frank Franchise.
And we are already planning the second appearance. I can confirm that.
Yeah.
Because I have questions. I've got questions. Is he a lefty? Is he a righty? Southpaw?
So he
is he southpaw or is he right-handed?
Oh, well, I was about to say certainly righty.
We will know this. We will know this shortly. He did reach out over the weekend, and we are putting together the sequel, if you will, to Lenny Curry and the Sports Den.
I wasn't here for the original.
It was lit. It was lit.
Yeah, it was lit. It was good
the days
stuff.
After that were even better.
Yeah, because at first some news outlets weren't giving you credit, and then certain ones were.
They all got on.
And then certain people were going after Lenny and his family, and he took to Twitter to combat that.
I have no problem with that.
I don't have a problem with it at all. So we're not taking shots, Denny. That's all I'm saying.
No, I'm not. I don't care. I mean, look, a public official is free game. Right. Like once you throw your name into a hat to be an elected official, you're fair game on
Right.
just about anything.
To be honest with you, if you're a public, like this is why this is the downside of social media is that everybody's given a platform, even though they haven't earned the platform. But definitely a public official. But if you're trying to be a celebrity, when you put an opinion out there, just know that somebody's going to be contrary to it, and they're not going to always say some nice things. But I don't think you attack somebody's family when they didn't put themselves into that space.
But the great thing about our city, the amazing thing about Jacksonville is that a football game can be played that means nothing, a Jag game, and halfway through that football game, the entire Twitter landscape of Jacksonville had moved on to our mayor wanting to fight somebody,
which I think was dope. Now my advice to Lenny is this, because you're getting attacked all the time. It happens.
Don't hit send.
No, that's not. No, I
Okay.
think that was perfectly fine for him to defend his wife. I have no
Yeah,
issue with it.
I think it's fine if it was like you or me.
No, but no, I mean, I have no problem. Like, listen, like when you said that, like when the guy said that, but my problem is before you hit send, click on said person's profile, especially if you've never heard of them before. And when you see they've got 17 followers and a poodle, it's not really like you're not more than
And
likely
he's following a lot of OnlyFans accounts.
No, like he's not following that person. I bet that person just is seeking that kind of stuff out. Like I doubt very seriously like that, that's a real person. And that's my only advice is that like so I'm for the honor, but I'm also like I'm for setting up the meeting.
I agree with that. Like
I want to make sure everybody's
tournament that we have every year.
Guns and hoses.
Guns and hoses.
Gotta
James and us. That's our favorite event. We're judges at it. Like we're already there.
I think one of the biggest problems in Jacksonville in general is that, which is why I was mad. But I'm glad that they're good with accountability. Shout out to Nate,
Monroe,
and whoever, and First Coast News and everybody else. Because you're gonna put my name, you're gonna put our name out there now. Like we're gonna get our props. But the accountability was had. It was great. Too many people want to say something that don't want to be held accountable, and sometimes you got to be held accountable for your words.
So what we're saying is we want our public officials. We make these decisions as a group here, so I just want to make sure we're on the same page. We're voting that if you are an elected official that we elected, we want you defending the honor of your family publicly on social media.
I don't mind.
And we will stand behind you and watch that battle go down.
Facts. And I want to make sure it's
perhaps
safe for
even commentate it.
Yeah, definitely. And if it goes to a good charity, potentially charge. Even if it doesn't go to a charity.
No, this is a sportsden production, bro. Like there's a lot going on in my world. We got to raise some funds, dog. Like.
So we're going to charge.
This is expensive.
so we're going to charge.
Yes.
We're going to charge. It'll be at 4K though. If you're at home, so you'll be able to see it really, really good. But my thing
it'd be amazing if we started a sportsden production company and just did stuff like that.
That would be awesome. And the thing is that it's a lot of people that talk tough. So I've said this in my own personal life. Like I have your political views are your political views. People gonna like it. That's the crazy thing about it. You're gonna be polarized.
And just get this out of the way now. The odds are very high that whatever you think me and James' political views are, you're wrong. Let's just get that out of the way. None of y'all know our political views at all because half the time we don't know them.
Facts. But man, I forgot his real name. Is it Enrique? I forgot. Man, Rafael. The reason why I don't really rock with Rafael Cruz, which is Ted Cruz, outside of him completely banishing his Spanish roots, until he got elected. I had no idea he was Spanish. But that man literally had somebody roast his wife on national TV and call her hideous and talk about his pops. He had no honor. But you act tough and everything else. Like to me, it's hard to act tough for me and say you're going to defend me as your citizen if you can't even defend the person that you supposedly love the most. So I'm with that. It got a little went down a dark path with some other stuff, but yeah, I'm all yeah. I mean, that's basically it. This not no. I joked about us talking about politics. We would
So do
never
we
be a show
want?
to talk about
So
politics.
so do we want to be? Do we want to be that show? Because we need to decide. Like we need to decide. Are we going to be that outlet for Mayor Curry?
Hell yeah.
But
Okay.
we also need to be the outlet for Trevor's brother.
Different. Unless Trevor's brother is reckless. Well, Trevor's brother have your people holler at
I
my
don't
people,
understand how
and if
one
you
had
drink-
anything to
if
do with
you
the
drink
other.
scotch, then we're good.
I'm just saying, if we're gonna have
No,
guests, we
it's
should have
different.
guests.
It's different.
Yeah,
Not
of
at all.
course.
Yeah,
That's a
no.
different
Trevor's
guess.
brother's out. That's
Even
that,
if he's bringing another lot,
huh?
like
No,
lot
I
B.
got no. Trevor's. I looked up Trevor's. Like when y'all just said that when we were at break, I looked up the picture again. I'm actually less inclined to have him on now.
You think he's whack?
Yeah,
Okay.
there's. Yeah, no, I'm good.
All right, I'm gonna
good
give
to
up.
go.
I'm gonna give up then.
But no, I'm cool with bringing on Mayor Curry on.
When's the next
All right.
appearance supposed to be?
I'll line it up.
Markel Fultz suffered a season-ending ACL tear. Dang. That's
Wait, they're
sad.
playing?
What do you mean?
I thought they. Okay, never mind. I'm mixed up on something.
Well, he's
real
not
quick,
playing.
the Heisman. We haven't talked about that yet.
Okay.
That Heisman ceremony was depressing, wasn't it?
I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I just saw the picture of Trevor's brother. That's the only
I
thing I
didn't
took
watch it.
from
I'm not
it.
gonna lie to you.
I
I knew the
never
wide
watched
receiver
it.
was winning, and I didn't want to see it.
So you didn't agree with that?
No, I agreed with it.
Okay.
I just didn't want to see it.
Did you hear who Joe C voted number one?
If he voted Trask, then
Yes, he did.
I
I
The
knew you would
Heisman
react
ceremony.
like
The Heisman ceremony last night was such a depressing thing, man. Like
Ricky Williams was happy.
these things, you had these guys go and play in front of fans all year.
Right.
You had these guys like
There was nobody there.
no, they were at their schools. They were
They
were
had
like,
a Heisman Trophy sent to all of the people finalists just in case they did win it. Which I want to know what happens to the Heismans that didn't get one.
well,
Do we send them to
They get sent to another country.
Africa for some kids to wear like they do with the national title winning loser
No,
team?
man, they're frugal.
Some kid is walking around with a Heisman that says Trevor's name on it.
that would be awesome. That'd be amazing. But I mean, you're sitting there watching that, and since y'all didn't watch it, you're not going to understand. But it's literally a Zoom call. It was like a Zoom call, and it was like these weird interviews. And I know they did as well as they could, but at some point, you couldn't help but go, wait. There's two of these guys that are about to hop on a plane and fly to Miami to play in a national championship and be surrounded by thousands of people. There's one of these guys whose season has been over for a little bit in Kyle Trask, and then the other one just got done playing the other night that y'all put him on a plane. Like, why couldn't y'all just put them all on a plane together and let them be there together and at least get somewhat of the experience?
Like a
All
Heisman
of them
bubble.
get sick. But they'll be together.
I mean,
I'm just joking. Whoever lives was the Heisman.
I mean, it's just the whole thing. Or here's a
Survival
thought.
of the fittest.
Here's a thought. Maybe have it after. Maybe have it after the national championship. You've already messed
true.
everything up. Like, it's almost like it aggravated me because it's almost like it's a bunch of grown people making these decisions saying we're going to decide when we want to put these kids at risk and when we want to tell them, no, it's too dangerous. And you know what? It's way too dangerous for the most prestigious award in our sport that you've literally dreamt of your entire life and that we celebrate and we make Heisman House commercials and all that. But that's too dangerous for us to transport you to. And we care too much about y'all to do that. But go ahead. Y'all play along with your, 150 other friends on the field on Monday night.
That's true.
It was aggravating to me.
You can nose swab them. You can figure out who needs to come, and if it's a close gathering of family members and people whoever the Heisman Trophy Trust feels the need to bring in, it would have been a great, intimate environment.
I do see
there
this
was no
picture of
excitement.
Ricky Williams, by the way.
You saw it?
He was zooming in from his own
He was
home.
zoomed. He was
He was
zooted.
zooming.
He was zooted.
Was Ricky high?
Oh,
Can't open his eyes.
High as a
Yeah.
kite. Ricky, when is Ricky not high? That's the better question. The only thing that bothers me about the Heisman, and I get one guy, Orenthal. I can understand why he's not invited back.
Even though he's served his time.
He served his time, but I get it. Still, he was convicted. Like, I get that. Like, convicted of something else. Like, that's part of it. But I never see Jameis. Was Charlie? I never really see Charlie get brought around. It's certain guys they really just don't rock with.
Heisman House, the commercials, they don't have everybody. It's strange the ones who are on there and who are not. I guess it's all contractual, but
James, I'm gonna give you a piece of advice because I know how much you care about your university and how much deep love you have for Florida State. You didn't want Jameis Winston's background in a Zoom call, dog. You really didn't. I mean, that man he'd have been back there eating a W, swinging a bat, dodging something. Like, how that would have gone.
Jameis
crab legs.
Jameis.
Yes. He'd have been shirtless. Like, there would have been something that would not have been the representative that you wanted Florida State to have.
He'd have had a hat with the little spinny thing on the top. It'd have been something random. Again, I think Jameis just needs proper supervision.
But you are correct on Charlie Ward. Charlie Ward is not celebrated enough, and not just by like Heisman, but even by Florida State.
I think that's Charlie's fault. Like, not in a bad way. Like, when I say Charlie Ward might be the most humble human being on earth, I remember I touched when I interviewed. I asked him. I was like, "Are you aware that you're Charlie Ward?"
Yeah.
Like, I had to ask him, like, because the guy, what he's accomplished, you would not know he was that person. But then when you get to talking to him, though, then like you can, he clearly knows. Like, he's clearly competitive, but it's just
and he's such an amazing ambassador. I'll tell you the story. One of my kids got a Florida State offer. Imagine that. After a conversation last week, this past weekend, Tyler Jefferson. And one of the first people to reach out to Tyler was Charlie Ward. They've never met before. And Charlie Ward reached out to him on Twitter to tell him congratulations, just put a good word in. He watched his film. Like, you're Charlie Ward. You don't have to do that. Like, you really don't have to do that. And I was blown away by that. I mean, it was within 30 minutes of the offer going out. That Charlie Ward had already publicly reached out to Tyler. And that's pretty cool.
That's dope. And Charlie's a really, really great guy. That's one thing that's been, my post-career has been so cool. Like, I could call Charlie. I could call Peter Ward. And you know what they'll do? They will answer the damn phone. Like, just imagine as a kid, well, I mean, you were older, but just like most guys, like, or you just imagine as a kid growing up, your favorite Gators, right? Like, you're just like, oh, okay, well, I'll never get to meet them.
Treon.
Like,
all the greats.
JJ, the fact that you just pulled that out, man, that is
just imagine.
You know what made me think of that? Because, like,
to meet Treon.
You know what made me think of that is because our girl Mia O'Brien posted like this video of her interviewing like these little kids, and they're so little that they don't know any better, but they're all like, "Bring back Blake Bortles." It's just like whoever you like when you're a kid, you know. And I'm sure there is some damn kid out there who was a Gator fan.
There's no way.
Walker's hanging out and be like, man,
I've always wanted to meet Mr. Harris.
Walker got an autograph for Treon when he was like 5. And then he comes down. Now they're best buds, and they're just hanging out, kicking it. Like,
there is not a Gator fan alive whose favorite player is Treon Harris. I don't care. I don't care how old they are.
His damn mama.
Crazy, man.
No, she was sitting in front of me booing him at the game.
Oh, man.
Are you a booer? Are you a booer?
No, I'm not a booer. I'm not a cheerer. I'm not a booer. I literally don't care.
Dom says Jameis seems like the type of person who, when he got rich, he would still sleep on a mattress on the ground. He just buy a really nice one. No box spring, no bed frame, just $2,500 mattress right on the floor.
$2,500 pillow top.
What's he gonna do next year?
Jameis?
Yeah.
Oh,
They really
crab legs, live
disrespected
his
him
life.
by starting that Taysom guy when Drew Brees was hurt. That legitimately pissed me off.
Text line loves respects Mayor Curry for his stance with his wife.
Okay, good.
352 love the show. What's the name of the place where you guys get rapid testing? It's Quick Draw Rapid Testing. I don't think they have any more of the $40 tests, but they are doing. They got the nose swabs. It's a little bit more than $40. I can promise you that though. But it gets back in 10 minutes.
It's not. It's actually not that. Yeah, it's not that bad. It's QUIK Quick Draw Rapid Testing.
I think it's 12.
St. John's Bluff.
No, 10 a.m. I think 10 a.m. But anyways, look up quick QUIK Draw Rapid Testing. You look that up on the internet, you'll be able to get
St. John's Bluff. Be safe out there.
Yeah, it's real.
Is that your
St. John's Bluff?
Yeah,
there's just a couple streets down. Apparently, there was a murder. It was the 147th murder.
160.
My bad, 165th.
So wait, so James was hungry, and you're suggesting to me that a murder happened near a Checkers,
right near the Checkers.
Right near Checkers.
Oh,
that's my favorite Checkers. That's my favorite Checkers too.
We are piecing together something right here.
That's my Checkers too, man.
We have to.
Anyways, we gotta get our final break, man. This is the Sports Den brought to you by thehumidor.com. We'll be right back.
A slice of home, no matter how far from Jacksonville life takes you.
It's America!
Download the 1010XL and XL 92.5 FM apps for free on Apple and Android devices to listen anywhere in the world.
Hi, this is Dave Barker. Multi-unit hair grafting is now available at IHRS and can give you 3 times more hair in one procedure over a traditional hair transplant.
Multi-unit hair grafting gave me more hair in one procedure and within my budget.
You can grow your hair back with this exclusive new procedure. Call for a free evaluation. Call IHRS 904-777-IHRS 777-IHRS 777-4477.
Every day, 3,000 kids come through Boys and Girls Club doors across Greater Jacksonville. Michael Hugh here, chairman of Boys and Girls Clubs of Northeast Florida. As we kick off the new year, we ask your help to create great futures for kids who need us most. Our clubs provide a place for our city's kids to belong, enhancing their lives with quality programs and a positive environment. So visit Boys and Girls Clubs of Northeast Florida at bgcnf.org to learn how you can help create great futures.
Like working outdoors and want better pay and benefits? Superior Fence and Rail is seeking full-time fence installers with pay ranging from $16 to $25 an hour and more with commercial experience. Superior Fence and Rail will train you to work with their professional team and provide you with all the tools you need to be a top-notch installer. Get off the fence. Call Superior Fence and Rail today and start your career.
When you're on the fence about a fence, SuperiorFenceandRail.com.
No one outfits golfers better than Edwin Watts Golf Shops. We've been fitting golfers since 1968. Utilizing cutting-edge fitting technology, we'll analyze your swing and our Foresight launch monitors and fit you with the perfect club, pair of shoes, the latest golf apparel, golf balls, bags, and more. So come by today for your complete custom fitting. Edwin Watts Golf Shops, home of the 90-day 100% satisfaction guarantee.
Regain your edge. The board-certified surgeons of Ortho Edge are practicing at St. Vincent's Riverside.
Hi, I'm Dr. Longnecker. If you have a sports injury or if you have knee, hip, or shoulder pain, let us at Ortho Edge help you regain your edge. We want you to get back to living life to your best. And we have patient-focused experience and technology to deliver the results. See one of our physicians today at Ortho Edge.
Now accepting new patients, visit orthoedge.com.
Everything you need to know about your Jacksonville Jaguars. Jaguars Today with Mike Dempsey and Fat Tony.
Jaguars Today from the Jacksonville Orthopedic Institute studios.
Jaguars Today every weekday from 10 to noon on 1010XL.
Frank Frangie here for Big Chief Tire. When shopping for new tires or car service, you shouldn't have to sacrifice service for a good deal. That's why you should choose Big Chief Tire. At Big Chief Tire, they treat you like family. But don't just take it from us. You can count on their 4,000 Google reviews and a 4.75 average star rating across all Jacksonville locations. Rely on the team at Big Chief Tire for your tire, oil, brake, suspension, and alignment services. Schedule an appointment. Visit BigChiefService.com.
This 1010XL 92.5 FM hour is powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 904-600-4000. That's 904-600-4000. You're listening to the Sports Den on 1010XL.
962. That is so true, man. I didn't even really eat there. I don't know what that restaurant's called now, but when Crystal shut down, the whole vibe changed, man.
It's a Israeli restaurant now, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want to offend anybody. It's the Sports Den, brought to you by thehumidor.com. Type in Sports Den at checkout. 20% off. Get you some good cigars. If you need to know what to smoke, go to my Instagram at BigGameJames_36 and look at my IGTV 12 Days of Sticks. That'll tell you everything that you need to know, where to start out with and what to smoke. You got anything, Denny?
Are my brownies almost here?
Nah, man. It takes a little bit of time to make, though. I can get them to you tomorrow, maybe.
I mean, I'd like to sleep now.
Just drink a fifth.
Quickly.
A fifth?
Very quick of whatever you
don't
got.
have any Xanax around the house, do you?
No, I'm already on sleeping medicine, man. Like sleep. That's
Never
the.
mind. That's
I already.
I don't want you to go on Tiger.
Yeah. No, I already have.
Next thing you know, you're in the news and your wife's smashing your car windows out.
That'll put you to sleep. 9 iron to the head.
True that.
Yeah. No. That's the sad thing about this whole thing for me is because I feel fine. Like there's nothing. I've got a cough, but I feel fine. I just am like a walking zombie right now. I have no idea what I'm even saying.
That's how the virus has you. That's when it has you.
I didn't even know
this
was
think you're good.
They pulled me back in.
And I woke up yesterday morning thinking, okay, it's my last day in quarantine. I've got a million things going on. Ian Book got into town. We started his pro day training.
I like how you just dropped that one in there.
Subtle flex.
Yep. So he got into town. Like, okay, we're finally turning the calendar because I had my stomach surgery before Christmas, y'all. I've been laid up like this since it's been over 3 weeks, and then now I can't sleep.
So, do the points renew in October for your insurance, or is it January? Like, do you get get free hospital access now?
Points renew.
Like,
I'm not staying at a Marriott.
You know how you got to get that deductible. You got to get to that number. Once you get to that number, hey, man, listen. If you're going to get sick, if you're going to get a surgery, this is the year to do it now.
You know, as someone who's like not quite an adult, even though I'm an adult age and I don't understand insurance, I was just rolling with that. I'm like, yeah, that sounds right. Points.
No, like it's basically points. Like you got to get once you get to a certain number, like
you're
they're going to charge.
Sound like Subway, like
they're going to charge you. Like they give you, they
click your card.
Yeah.
You have to enter your phone number like the Winn-Dixie card.
On your birthday, you get a special. They hook you up, man.
There is actually a smoke shop in town that on your birthday you get a 30% discount.
Oh.
I don't know why that came to my mind.
Right over there. It's right over there by that Checkers.
On Beach Boulevard. It is close to that Checkers.
I don't even know what we talked about tonight, but it was fun.
Josh Gordon and Justin Blackman are spokespeople for it. Oh, man, we talked about some of everything. Appreciate you guys hanging out with us on the late night of the Sports Den, brought to you by thehumidor.com. Make sure you go there, check them out, buy your cigars. Type in Sports Den at checkout for 20% off of whatever you order from the website. Make sure you go see our great friends at ABC Fine Wine and Spirits and make your week better no matter when it is. We'll see you guys tomorrow, 8 to 10 p.m. Check us out. Go like us on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, all that jazz. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
Put those weapons on the shelf. Use your life for something else positive. You know that.